Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. Before we head back to our sort of special oil build here, well, you can see that I've already I've laid some rails around. I've put some trains down. I've even fueled the trains. You can't see it at the moment, it would seem, but we haven't done anything about actually exploiting the oil yet. We've got some trains ready to go, but I did notice, just as I was about to start this episode, that we do actually have some level of crisis, I guess. I mean, copper up here is even worse. It's just as well that copper is also being supplied by this one to the old base. So yeah, we need to do something about this kind of desperately. So I've come over to the iron. Let's get out of map mode. We need to swap these guys over, and that should be enough to... Oh, I've lost all of my bots, it looks like. Okay, that's not so great. What I'll do is we'll fly back to base. I will get, say, 200 new construction robots. Let's get rid of most of these guys. Actually, most of these guys as well. And those can just go to 50. We need to be down here. So again, somewhere in the wilds we have robots floating around. There we go, we've got our 200. Alright, let's go and see if we can sort out these mining locations. Well, probably should have got some extra belt at the same time. Huh. Wouldn't that be the way, huh? Let's get rid of that. It's probably worth getting that belt. Let's get it, say, 1,000 belt. Make sure we've got some of those things. We have anyway, but just to be sure. These aren't going to be here for much longer. I need that belt. Let's go and get that belt. See, reds are still severely hurting from I picked up a whole bunch of roboports and beacons, of course, because we're always needing those things. There we go. Okay, let's see what we can do about the situation down here. I know we are using decent... we're using decent poles at least. Alright, you can come over here. So we shouldn't actually need more miners. The number that we've got should be sufficient, but we just need them to be more effective than these ones. I don't know if there's enough room just to extend this along, but let's start off with that strategy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That at least gives us an improvement. It's not enough of an improvement, but it is a start. We can get rid of a whole bunch of these things. use that for a bit of a helping hand. Should probably redirect this. Looks like there's one little patch just up here that has somehow missed out. Now, just get rid of it. It's actually 2.1k, that's quite a lot. Oops. So you have 1.8k. Yeah, this one here is not even close to being fully compacted, and even this one up here is suffering somewhat. So the next step will be to push out this one. Let's see. So, there you go. This one's already dead. So this one's not too bad now. And the outside one is still pretty good. So it's just this one here. I guess we can make the most of this little area. I would call this kind of temporary though. But A, it's not going to be enough, and B, there's no room to expand it any further. At least it's slightly better than it was. Down here it looks okay at the moment. We're obviously going to have to come back there fairly soon. This is a little bit better than this that it's replacing, but it's not really good enough. Alright, it's going to have to do. Let's head up to the and just a moment. And to continue, where are we? Right, we're just below the rather shredded copper. So this will be a little bit of fun. Not that much remaining. Wow. Okay, so first of all, clearly we are not going to need all of that. And therefore all of that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Wow, this one is completely gone. So that's probably the most benefit we're going to get from the bots. Yeah, actually, I'm going to bring the bots back so that we can at least kind of you know, have a little bit of an access point here without having to worry about trees constantly. Now, I don't even know if I can get this to a point where it can service 2 columns anymore. All of this carry on is completely pointless. Let me just something like that. Let's drain this lot off. So there we go. So this slot needs 1 more, clearly. It's kind of amazing that this bit is enough. Oh, they go to here. The other side obviously is not enough. What we probably need to do is bite the bullet and do a 4 that one should go along there actually, and this one should go along to there. So I'll put a balancer in here. Okay, you can go there. Whoops. What? Oh, right. There we go. So, at least that is slightly better than it was. Not a lot better, but slightly better. Right. Probably just let the bots do this one, but there we go. So once this hits, it's not terrible, but it's not that great because we're really only getting a half, not even a half coming into here. And now this one is somewhat bitsy as well, so we need another whole row coming down here. Like so. Okay, we don't need to be weaving all the way up to there. What we do need to be doing is going well, this one will come this one. Why don't I see how many extras I can put on here? It looks like this needs a little bit of an extension anyway, so let's do that. Whoops. No. Let's do it where we actually need them. Like so, and power, of course. And power on this row. So really what we want is this one here to join up to this one here. Oops. Like so. Then this one here. Whoops, that's all around the wrong way. May as well come through to there. And this might be a good opportunity for our bot brigade to come to the rescue and get rid of some of this excess belt that's not in the right place. Right, let's get back. Like so. So that then populates the first, this side kinda, kinda at best, and we'll see how many more rows we can get up here. EP43. And a little bit. So we'll combine those two. Like so. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3 plus this thing and this thing. Okay. Need a little bit of change of direction. You guys can go in there. Get rid of all of that. Get rid of that, this one here. It's kind of pointless at going through any further than there. May as well just come down here. And just a moment. And back. Whoops. Let's just resume. Okay, so let me just connect all of this up. Right. So we have these three. Let us make a little bit of room. I might just redo all of this one. I don't think the way it is situated at the moment really makes a lot of sense. Yeah, something like that. So this bit here, this little bit that we've got, is not filling a line, even with those. But oh, there's even more that I want, really. Let's get rid of that as well. Some dogs yapping next door. Not sure what that's all about, but never mind. Okay, so let's try and get this happening again as soon as possible. Whoops. This is probably delaying our solar getting deployed. Something like that. So yeah, the sooner the better, really. It looks like we actually could do with even more of this stuff removed. Where are you guys off to? No, come back. Alright, I don't know exactly what happened then. I think I just lost another bunch of robots, never mind. Don't need you. guys. We actually do need those, so I'd prefer if you didn't rip them out when I accidentally stand on them. Okay, that is a sad copper, but better than what we had before. Right. Let's get back to what we really wanted to do, which was get some trains happening. We still need to do some work at these things. I might have a look between the operations on that. So what we need to do is get this get the solar part of the satellites happening so that we can ramp up the speed at which we're getting our electricity grid expanded. We're using 8.6. We've got 239. Let's see what 239,000 is times 40. 9.5, 9.7. So I've only got about 1 gigawatt to spare still. It's not really enough. Anyway, down to here. Let's focus on some of these trains. You're not loaded. These are full. You have no bots, so I need to get some bots in here. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how many I need. Maybe I'll get like 1,000 bots. Shouldn't need those things anymore. Certainly is nice getting back into the main part of the factory at a decent pace. $1,100 bots. Let's see how that goes. It's down here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. That's 700. Looks like it can handle some more. There's all 1,100. Don't know how it will go when it gets on top of... Oops. Ah. Anyway. This train is at B iron 5. So B iron 5, load until inventory full, and then go to this one first, which is a steel smelter. Steel smelt 5 perhaps. Steel smelt 5 and steel smelt 6. So Load up at B-iron5, go to steel smelt 5 until inventory empty, then come back to B-iron5 and that'd be until inventory full, and then steel smelt 6 until inventory empty. Oh, it's got some, there is some coal in one of those trains. Here. How on earth did you get in there? At least it hasn't picked it up. Alright, fine. Now, you have no bots. Alright. Oh, it's gone to the wrong one anyway, but I suppose it doesn't matter. None of these have bots. Alright, let's just load up on some more bots then. We'll need pretty much as many as we can carry, but I think it's going to be faster to do a couple of trips with this than it is to run backwards and forwards. Well, even if it's just one trip with the slow jet, that's a pretty long journey that we need to do. So of course, when you factor in the travel time, 1200. All right. Is our fuel going? Tons. Oh, I've got all this. Steel chest, steel chest. Ah, there we go. Okay, so 300. 600. I kind of doubt that's enough, but have to do for now. 350. That should be 600 as well. Let's run back and get another load. Sorry if this is a horrid blur for you guys, but at least we are getting somewhere fairly quickly. And brakes. Oh, we're way short of the number of bots that we need. I'll just check if this other plane has any bots. It does. I don't know if it's going to be enough though. We wanted about 600, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 10, 59. It's not that many more. Oops. $25. Problem is the robot frames are now not being built quite fast enough. So I want about 126 more. I guess we'll just have to suffer with slightly less for a bit. Because I don't want to just sit there waiting while there's other things that we want to get going. I mean, I might want more bots for all of these, so it would make sense to Let's give you 350. And then let's give you 350. 100, 200, 384. 1, 2, 3. 84. Unfortunately, taking half of that doesn't really work. One, two, three. 525. 525. Oh, maybe it kinda does work. So yeah, we're a little bit shy of the target we set ourselves, but at least we now have some steel happening. So this is basically the steel train, and it should go to 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and drop off at satellite steel. So let's see if we can get that set up. So steel 5, 1 until inventory full, and then satellites steel unload, and then 5, 2. Satellite steel inventory empty, 5, 3. And 5, 4. Inventory empty. Whoops, no, inventory full. And satellite steel unload to inventory empty. Okay, long way short of being fully loaded. That's fine. So the train will just go backwards and forwards a whole lot there probably. How's our numbers? Still not especially good, but they'll start getting good probably by the time I turn on all of this stuff. So in truth, we haven't actually turned on this new oil yet, so we're not going to get everything happening quite as we would like. So this one is B iron 6 until inventory full. No, inventory full, get rid of that one. And it goes to iron smelt 6. Add iron smelt 6 until inventory empty. And guess what, bud? You can go. Now, you have bots, don't you? Yes, you do. How's production going now? 70,000. Still shy of the 100,000. That won't be for too much longer. Have we caused any issues yet? 8.2, 8.3, okay. What we got here? B copper 6 and B copper smelt 6. Add B copper 6 until inventory full, and copper smelt, or is it B copper smelt 6? B copper smelt 6 until inventory empty. This one should result in a fairly decent uptick. that won't result in anything because these requester chests are all requesting iron instead of copper. So we're going to have to do a bit of a run backwards and forwards and change them all over to copper. Oops. That's the top row. Weird. Okay. So, what is our production doing now? We're over 100,000, certainly 100,000 or so. I would tend to 8.8, 8.9. Okay, I would tend to think that, you know, over 100,000 is probably a fair indication of. It might be about 120,000, but it's a fair indication of being able to do sort of one rocket per minute, especially in light of the fact that we're also doing 9 going on 10,000 steel per minute, 4,000 red circuits, it's down a little bit, but up to 1,000 processing units a minute. So, I mean, all of that adds up. Now, over here, so I think what I wanted to do here was basically so that's copper pickup 6. What I want to do is tell this one no, is it just copper pickup 6 until inventory full, and then you go to batteries, copper and iron. Batteries, copper and iron. And we'll only give you sort of time passed, 20 seconds. And then I want you to go to batteries, copper and iron 2 for time pass. Another, did we make the first one 30? No, 20. 20 seconds. And then copper pickup 6. Till inventory full, and then it's going to come over here, satellites, copper. Add satellites, copper. Till inventory empty. And we're currently at that one, so let's go there. Not quite sure why I jumped out. This one's going to do something similar with the iron. Let's wait at its time. So it's going to come round and try and get in here, but it won't be able to. Although, yeah, well, it's the only one that's going to go in there, but this one eventually is going to want to be able to get into here, so I might need to change how I've signaled this. It's called Alexander something. No, it's not. Let's make this iron 6 pickup. So, this one, iron 6 pickup until inventory full. Where's batteries? Batteries, this one for time past 20 seconds. And then that one also time past 20 seconds. Back to iron 6 pickup. There's no point crossing half the base, inventory full, just to not have very much left, and then satellite iron. Satellite iron until inventory empty, and we will go to there since that's where we're up to. Alright, this one is probably not going to go anywhere anytime soon because we haven't hooked up the rest of the battery stuff. Now, let me change that. So hopefully it will stop one further back this time. We do not have any rail. Not ideal. Alright, let's get some rail. Let's auto trash this down to 100. That is actually what I wanted, because I want to grab, I don't actually need that much, let's just get 500. Yeah, it's probably all sitting over there. $10K steel, sorry, stone, waiting to be turned into rails. And this here is it. Like so, and let's put that there, that there. I guess one of them there. Hopefully that is sufficient. So batteries are going to need a... Which one's batteries? Batteries. This one here needs to join in to here, and needs to have, well, something like that. Let's run down there and see what we can do. So we're actually getting a few more trains on this line, a first line that's really had more than one train. Probably going to have to move that. Just to allow some kind of waiting room. Those. See what we can do here. We don't have as many options as I would like, so I can't fit anything in this part, but we can do that at least. Kind of makes this one redundant, doesn't it? And at the front here, yeah, these guys need something. I haven't put that in exactly the wrong place. There we go. Now, the battery train, there's no point setting it up to run yet. I think we've probably done enough for this episode. Next episode we will finally get round to setting up this oil. So we need sulfuric for this. We also need, what else do you need in satellites? Sulfuric for the processing unit, rocket fuel, and plastic for what goes into the processing units. It goes into the red circuits that go into the processing units. So that's what we need to do in here. Anyway, we'll do that next time. So thanks for joining me for this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.